Welcome to Atmanramayana, where timeless wisdom meets modern insight. Join me, Svetanusha, and our resident expert Srini as we embark on a journey through the sacred narrative of the Ramayana. So let's talk more about the journey. So once a leader has embarked on this journey, what should one prioritize? Should it be money, relationships,
Okay,
work?
very interesting. So I always start with this. So in this movie called Ashoka, if you see, Shah Rukh Khan played the role. There's a very interesting clip, and that clip will answer this question to some extent. So Ashoka is shown as a teenager playing sword fighting with some young kids, and there are a bunch of monks who are passing by. And one of the monk comes to Ashoka and says कि ना तुम्हारा भविष्य उज्जवल है. So that means your future is bright. So Ashoka is the typical teenager kid and he is very curious. He says क्या मैं सम्राट बनूंगा? And the monk says सम्राट क्या तुम तो सम्राट से भी ऊपर जाओगे. So you will become greater than the emperor. So Samrat is basically, so Ashoka is very keen that he wants to become the emperor. So he says, no, you will be somebody who will actually be greater than the emperor. And then Ashok as a kid is very curious. He says, Samrat se upar kya hota hai? Then the monk very interestingly answers says कि तुम वो यात्री बनोगे जो अपनी यात्रा पूरी करेगा. So he says कि you will be that soul who will complete his journey.
So it means he attains the moksha.
Yeah. So the question for us is today as a leader or as an individual, for us our journey has to be holistic. It's not about only being the emperor. So emperor here for us means being trying to get the next title. So I want to become the CEO of my company or I want to become the president of this company, that is there. Now how do you attain that stage where you will be much more than what you are? It will be when you have a very holistic relationship. So you should have a holistic outlook towards life. And one of the things that we talk about is we typically have 7 roles to play or 7 dharmas to play. Starting from the fact, are you doing enough for yourself? So there is a difference between vocation and calling. So occupation and vocation are 2 different things. So do we know what we were born for or what gives us pleasure doing? Then are we doing justice to what job we picked up? Are we doing justice to ourselves? Are we doing justice to our family? Are we taking care of the society in which we are? Are we taking care of this planet which we are? Are we taking care of the spirituality quotient in us in terms of divinity? So there are 7 such roles that we have to play at any given point of time. Today the challenge is we are so we say no, in this next 10 years I will just focus on myself. Let me get the big title, big jobs, big everything. And then in the next 10 years I will talk about spirituality and all that. It doesn't work like that. We have to be holistic in our approach every day because that is what will get us the right balance. So you cannot say today I will take care of money and then 10 years down the line I'll work for meaning and then 20 years down the line I'll work for relationships.
Okay.
Because if you do that 20 years down the line you will be alone with no relationships because people are not going to stay with you if you are not going to be there with them. So it is about nurturing and taking care of all the 7 important aspects of you on an ongoing basis. And that is why you will see that we spend time, it is equally important to, as much time you spend with yourself, it is also equally important to spend time with divinity. It is also equally important to spend time with family. It is also important to spend time with the society in which you are and nurture the society back. And that is how we have to take care. So the answer is very simple. We need to understand our purpose is not only taking care of 1 or 2 stakeholders, but 7 stakeholders. And these 7 stakeholders we have to nurture from time to time, and that is when people will see us Purna.
Okay.
and which we've been talking all along, saying ki if people have to see you Purna and Adarsh, then they'll only see if you've taken care of all the 7. And that is why we always say, so if you look at the way our festivals are designed also is for that.
Mm-hmm.
So most of the festivals you look at with us, we celebrate in groups,
Yeah.
right? And that is for the same reason is there. Because then you take care of divinity, you take care of your relationships, you take care of your community, so you take care of the planet that you are in. So if you look at the way it is designed is like that. Our challenge is when we go and say, okay, I will put it in buckets and I will do sequentially. It is not sequentially, we need to do parallelly, all of them.
So you say there is no professional life and personal life.
Absolutely. So in fact in Vedanta it is very interesting. It says if you do not enjoy action, then why are you doing that action? So there is no concept of weekend in our scriptures.
Okay.
Because the idea is ki if you are not, why do you need weekend? You need weekend when you feel exhausted with Monday to Friday and you want to regenerate on Saturday, Sunday. Scripture says if Monday to Friday you are getting exhausted, then why are you doing even that? So that means that profession which you picked up is wrong. Go and figure out a new profession. So it is what Harsha Bhogle sometimes, some years back said, I am the lucky one because I make money through my hobby. And his hobby is commentary. So it is important for us to identify that thing that will give us joy. So that Monday to Friday when you are working, you don't actually get tired and wait for a weekend. Because when you are enjoying the process of what you are doing, then you don't need breaks. So weekend is an alien concept to us. And if we are really looking forward to weekend, then I think it's time to relook at our job that we are doing.
That's a great analogy.